We're taping this on the Friday of the holiday weekend as the city council meeting is still going on. Fortunately, Alderman Brian Hopkins is taking a very quick break from the meeting to join us for a few moments. Alderman, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Hi, Paul.
So we're on the cusp of this holiday weekend. Superintendent Brown being questioned, tough questions. Number one, what is the point of doing it on this weekend? We're on the cusp of it, and as I'm monitoring some of the conversation, they're arguing with him about statistics and other things, and it's not so much 4th of July stuff.
Yeah, the complaint that he started his testimony with, that he really should be in strategy sessions right now, working with his field commanders instead of appearing before the city council, on the cusp of what is traditionally a very challenging weekend for law enforcement. I understand that. The timing is not ideal. Many of my colleagues wanted to have this meeting prior to the July 4th weekend because we wanted to hear what the plans were. We know there's going to be big crowds downtown. Every year during this time period, some people celebrate the holiday responsibly, and others take advantage of the situation to engage in a crime wave downtown. So we just needed to hear from them that they are in fact prepared and they'll have adequate resources in place to stop some of the activity that we've seen in recent years.
Earlier in the week, Mayor Lightfoot did a press conference and was talking, and one of the things I think we heard her say was that there are people who are charged with or accused of murder getting out using electronic monitoring devices but not being kept in prison. Is that true?
Well, the superintendent made that point, and I thought it was very interesting that he did not mention the state's attorney by name, but he clearly pointed the finger at the state's attorney's office for allowing violent offenders, for allowing repeat offenders, habitual criminals who get arrested are back on the street within 24 hours. And many of them are committing more crimes while they're on electronic monitoring. Electronic monitoring is certainly a more cost-effective method than keeping someone incarcerated while they're waiting for trial. But there's so many easy ways to defeat that device. And we are now seeing such a large increase in people on electronic monitoring, we don't have the ability to actually monitor them. So if they are engaged in criminal activity, they're back out on the street where they're not supposed to be. The control center doesn't always have the ability to respond to that in a timely method. So it really does amount to a get out of jail free card. And the superintendent was pointing to specific incidents where people are being arrested for repeat crimes while they're on electronic monitoring. That is a problem, and that is the state's attorney's office that has to respond to it more than the police.
And it sounds like that's going to be an ongoing dialogue, and it looks like City Council is certainly addressing the problem as much as they can. Let me turn to some other issues. So much to talk with you about. The end of the week, Alderwoman, your colleague, Carrie Austin, gets charged with conspiring to receive benefits from contractors doing business in her ward. I think that's Alderman number 3 who have been charged now, along with Burke, along with Patrick Daley Thompson. What's in the water at City Hall over there?
Yeah, it's such a sad scenario every time this happens to one of my colleagues, without commenting on the specifics of the accusations against them, whether they're guilty or not. They're entitled to the presumption of innocence like everyone. But it does speak to the mechanisms that are now in place to enforce not only ethical behavior among elected officials, not just aldermen, but all elected officials. We have a very robust assembly of investigators and people who watch our every move closely. The word needs to get out, if it isn't already, to all of my colleagues. Don't engage in that behavior. Don't take a chance. Resist temptation if someone's whispering in your ear, trying to get you to do something that you know isn't right.
Let's turn to some happy news. It is a holiday weekend, or happy news for a lot of people. Minimum wage in the city goes up to $15 for companies with more than 20 employees, $14 for companies with 4 to 20, and they'll get increases 50 cents a year over the next 2. What do you say to businesses who say, we can't handle this, and certainly coming off the pandemic?
Yeah, it's a challenge for them. We're looking at additional incentives that we can do locally, targeted to small businesses, that have relied on the Paycheck Protection Program to kind of get them through the lockdown period of the pandemic. And now that we're trying to emerge from that, it's interesting. I've made the case for a long time that market forces should really be the dominant forces when setting wages. It's difficult to artificially impose limits and caps on wages without taking into account all the specific individual situations, and that's coming into play right now.
I know the DuSable Lakeshore Drive is now named. I know you were one of the forces against it. Did you find that compromise to be worthwhile? And all the other things the mayor talked about, naming the Riverwalk, that seems to have been backed off. Is there an effort now to name something maybe for Daniel Burnham, who created the plan for the city of Chicago?
Well, certainly there's talk about that. My position was we should have renamed Millennium Park for DuSable because Millennium Park is a rather awkward name, and it'll probably be renamed eventually, whether that's for Daniel Burnham or some other historical figure remains to be seen. The compromise is what it is. I'm satisfied that the residents, the buildings on Lakeshore Drive, who are in fact on the outer drive, can keep Lakeshore Drive in their name. They don't have to go through the aggravation of changing their address because of the compromise. So in that sense, it was advantageous. But it's really it's a mouthful. It's an awkward thing to say. And I firmly believe a better alternative would have been to name Millennium Park DuSable Park and to put a statue in his honor somewhere in that park. That would have brought a lot more recognition and educational value to the story of DuSable.
Alderman Brian Hopkins, thank you for your time. Have a great 4th of July weekend. But for now, get back into that meeting. We appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Paul. Good to see you as always.
All right, coming up next.